They changed the name Mr. Potato Head to Potato Head, so the toy would no longer be gendered. How are we not living in 1984? Could Ayn Rand have imagined such successful businessmen could be this cowardly and unprincipled? No, I really don't think Ayn Rand would have anticipated this particular form of irrationality. I really don't think I don't think so. Again, I have to read again what she wrote about feminism. Maybe she saw it coming. But this really is an outgrowth of militant feminism, of the kind of feminism that came out of the 1960s and 70s that wanted to completely eliminate the differences between men and women. And now they want to multiply the differences. And now they want to have 92 different genders who somehow are all different somehow. But no, the absurdity of these things, just the stupidity of it. I hate to break it to them, but there's such a thing as men and women. And they are the same in very important ways, and they are different in important ways. Important ways that generally don't affect, for example, their ability to think or their ability to be productive, but important ways in the sense of their ability to, how they perform in sex, ability to get pregnant, ability to breastfeed. Daniel, I can't wait to be canceled. I mean, God, that will be so good for publicity. Don't you think? So, I don't know that Ayn Rand could have imagined. I think she could have imagined businessmen selling out. I don't think she could have imagined this being the issue of the day. The issue that is shaping society or breaking society up, or that we're fighting over. That, I mean, I still don't believe it, really. I mean, it's at the perceptual level, the denying perception. That's how absurd and ridiculous it is. Now, not to say that there isn't complexity about gender and what gender means and what gender is, and the whole, the whole trans issue. I mean, it's bizarre that a marginal issue like the trans issue, which is a marginal issue, gets so much press. But the fact that that's what we obsess about. I mean, it's not to deny the complexity of that. There is real complexity there. There is real knowledge that needs to be gained about what exactly is going on there and what it all means and what's going on in the minds of these people and why and what is it, right? But that does not justify the absolute, unmitigated obsession that exists today.
And to begin with, I wonder if I can ask you to capsulize. I know this is difficult. Can I ask you to capsulize your philosophy? What is Randism?
First of all, I do not call it Randism, and I don't like that name. I call it objectivism.
All right.
Meaning a philosophy based on objective reality. Now let me explain it as briefly as I can. First, my philosophy is based on the concept that reality exists as an objective absolute, that man's mind, reason, is his means of perceiving it, and that man needs a rational morality. I am primarily the creator of a new code of morality which has so far been believed impossible, namely a morality not based on faith.
On faith?
Not on faith, not on arbitrary whim, not on emotion, not on arbitrary edict, mystical or social, but on reason, a morality which can be proved by means of logic, which can be demonstrated to be true and necessary.
All right, all right.
Now, may I define what my morality is?
All right.
Because this is merely an introduction. My morality is based on man's life as a standard of value. And since man's mind is his basic means of survival, I hold that if man wants to live on Earth and to live as a human being, he has to hold reason as an absolute, by which I mean that he has to hold reason as his only guide to action, and that he must live by the independent judgment of his own mind, that his highest moral purpose is the achievement of his own happiness, and that he must not force other people, nor accept their right to force him, that each man must live as an end in himself and follow his own rational self-interest.
May I?
All right, before we go on, reminder, please like the show. We've got 163 live listeners right now, 30 likes. That should be at least 100. I figure at least 100 of you actually like the show. Maybe there are like 60 of the Matthews out there who hate it, but at least the people who are liking it, you know, I want to see a thumbs up. There you go. Start liking it. I want to see that go to 100. All it takes is a click of a thing. Whether you're looking at this, and you know, the likes matter. It's not an issue of my ego. It's an issue of the algorithm. The more you like something, the more the algorithm likes it. So, you know, and if you don't like the show, give it a thumbs down. Let's see your actual views being reflected in the likes. But if you like it, don't just sit there. Help get the show promoted. Of course, you should also share, and you can support the show at JeronBrookShow.com/support, or on Patreon or Subscribestar or Locals. And show your support for the work, for the value hopefully you're receiving from this. And of course, don't forget, if you're not a subscriber, even if you just come here to troll, or even if you're here like Matthew to defend Marx, then you should subscribe, because that way you'll know when to show up. You'll know what shows are on, when they're on. You'll get notified, right? So, yes, like, share, subscribe, support. Like, share, subscribe, support. There you go. Easy. Do one or all of those, please.